Now, 1 second. Trying to. There we go. Sorry it took so long, folks. How you out there? I'm alright. No, I am. I feel good. Da, 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 da. I knew that I would. Da, 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 da. Sometimes you just gotta, be like Willie Nelson or Stoner Gump or whatever, Cheech and Chong. You gots to. And fuck them hoes. Fuck them hating ass hoes. You know what I mean? You gotta tell them fucking hating ass hoes to go fuck themselves. Fucking hating ass hoes.
We want hold me in your heart tonight, and I'm magic of the dark moonlight. Save me from this empty fight in the game of life, like a poem set by a lady in red. You hear the last few words of your life with a heart to death. We're both in a trance. It's time to cast your spell on the night. Abracadabra, in a tongue she said, death or love tonight. Oh, my wish for you is that this love becomes all that you want till your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. Oh, my wish. Hope you know somebody loves you. May all your dreams come true. Everybody's looking for that something, one thing that makes it all complete. You'll find it in the strangest places, places you never knew it could be. Some find it in in the face of their children. Some find it in their lovers' eyes, who can't deny the joy it brings when you found that special thing. You're flying without wings. Well, let's go wrong for wrong.
What makes me happy? Him. Him. He makes me happy. Be a lot happier if we could be together. I like crying. Jesus Christ. I'm okay, really, I am. That's who makes me happy. That's what makes me happy. As many times I've been told, you're delusional, he would never be with you, or he's gay, or this, or all the bullshit. It's like, the only person that could ever tell me anything and get me to believe it is him. I'm not obsessed, I'm not a lovesick teenager, I'm not nothing like that. I am genuinely in love with him. And I have been since the moment I ever laid eyes on him. And he knows. He knows. He also knows that if he doesn't feel the same way, he can tell me. I'm okay. The only one that ever gets me emotional is him. Damn it, man. Then again, I don't know why I'm crying. Shit. I've been in love with that man since February of 2021. So far, not yet. If you were in here earlier, it would have been different. Yes. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just watch. They'll be back. They always. It's been 2.5 years. They're still doing that shit. I've had how I feel about him used against me by people. By some of his fans. Yes, I'm lying for some interesting news. Why not? There's fans that hate me. There's all because of how I feel about him. There's been fake friends because of my feelings. Like they getting close to me is gonna get close to him, and then when nothing happens, they show their true colors. And I've had the real Heather and others pretend to be him. I have. Uh-huh. Okay, so... Oh, my foot. My foot hurts. Damn. No, Mommy, I'm gonna eat. Because I haven't eaten. I'm still... you know. I can't help the fact that I'm in love with him. You don't choose who you fall in love with. I remind you of Marge Simpson's... I can't even talk. Marge Simpson's sisters? Why is that? I'm intrigued. Oh. Oh, okay. Why the fuck would I have a filter? Shit. People don't like what I have to say or don't like me. That's a them problem, not a me problem. You'll have to ask him that. There could be many reasons, like I said. He's an entertainer. He's been hurt a lot. I don't know. He might be afraid of getting hurt again. Okay. I know how badly he's been hurt, and I think he kind of gave up on love and more focused on his career, and it's because I have this feeling that they wanted more from him, and because he loves his career, there's a lot of, the jealousy comes with his career and everything else. And you know what I mean? And if you're gonna be with someone like that, you can't be jealous. Oh, excuse me. You can't. Nor would I ever. And a lot of women has told them that they're in love with him, and he has. If he's gonna be with someone, he needs to make sure they're truly in love with him for the right reasons, not because of who he is, because of his career, or because of his name or celebrity status or any bullshit like that, and not wanting to be with him for his money or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm not like that. I've said many a times, if I had met him when I see him, which is very rare, it's at events usually. But if I had met him at the drop-in center, the homeless drop-in center when I was there, he would have been the one I would have been with. Even if he didn't have a pot to piss in and didn't have anything Not a dime to his name. But trying to make it. Or whatnot. I would have been with him, and we would have worked together to make our life better together. Hello. All I want to do is make him happy. God damn. That's all I want. Because making him happy would make me happy. I don't know if that makes sense or not. But people don't seem to understand that. He knows. He knows I'm real. He knows that I truly am in love with him. But his career, this is just the beginning for him. I've taken about 4-hour round trip bus rides down to the studio he teaches at when he's here, on the other side of the island. Just to take him some stuff and drop it off to let him know I was thinking about him. For his birthday, I made a homemade banana bread with homemade peanut butter frosting. And I took it down there. And he wasn't there that night. But there was a very nice woman there who told me when he would be there, whatnot. But unfortunately, he went to Texas then, to teach. He travels a lot. I mean, it could be that he thinks that that I would be too demanding of his time, or he doesn't think he would have enough time for me or something. But he doesn't realize, I don't think, is I'd be happy with just a little bit of time here and there. Just communication, I cherish every moment I get to spend with them. But only seeing him at events is hard. God, I'm emotional tonight, shit. He's the only one that gets me like this. And I would give anything just to spend a little time with him. A little quality time with him. So he could be, privately, and he could be himself. I love seeing him when he gets all excited. He has this childlike energy when he gets excited. What the hell, man? when he smiles from his eyes. His real smile. He has a beautiful fake smile, but his real smile. He smiles from his eyes and his whole face lights up. He smiles ear to ear. He has a shit-eating grin. The only thing he ever said when I finally told him in person, because he kind of made me tell him in person, had a very interesting reaction from him. And this was back in April of 2023. He's like, oh, but I want you to fall in love with somebody else because I want you to be happy. But I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. That was the response. Oh, excuse me. And that was in April of 2023, so when I was homeless living in my car in Florida. I'll never forget what he said when I first walked in that room at the meet and greet. Was at the Chair Choice Award for the Chair Choice Awards in 2023. I walked in the room and he's like, "Oh my God, you look so good. How do you look so good for living in your car? I never looked that good when I lived under my car." It's interesting. He knew I lived in my car, isn't it? And I was like, "I just clean up well." I've DM'd him and I've said, you know, if you don't feel the same way about me, just tell me. You can tell me to my face. You can tell me in a message. You can tell me skywrite it. You can call me on the phone. Tell me whatever. You know, I'm a big girl. I can handle it. He left me unread. So he knows if he doesn't feel the same way, he can tell me, and it's okay. But he hasn't really told me he feels the same way either, so it's like, not sure what to think, but if he doesn't feel the same way, he can tell me. I'm a big girl, I can handle it. I'm a grown-ass adult. You know, I'm a grown-ass adult that acts like an adult. No. I'm not one of those women that would ever say, "Oh, you can tell me how you feel," and then be a total cunt afterwards. You know, that's not me. Not like that. I would never. Like, for me, here's the thing. The best way I can say it is, if he doesn't feel the same way about me, it's okay. I don't care who he ends up with. Would it hurt? You know, will my heart be broken? Yeah, but I'll get over it. It's life. As long as whoever he ends up with makes him happy and isn't jealous and treats him like the way he should be treated, like the king he is. In my, you know, he treats him right and makes him happy, takes care of him the way he should be taken care of. And that's all that matters to me. Because at the end of the day, when you truly love someone, you want them to be happy, no matter what, whether you get to be with that person or not. You want them to be happy. That's what I want. I want them to be happy. And he knows I'll never be with anybody unless it's him. You know? God damn. You wanna know what would make me happy? In a perfect world? I'll tell you exactly what would make me happy. To be with him. To move to Florida, be with him. Be a, happy family, me, him, Presley, and maybe another fur baby. Both of us, work together to make our lives better, and to have a picture of him shit. I have lots of pictures of him. We both focus on our, careers and work together to both of us be successful and help each other become the best versions of ourselves. Basically, what would make me happy is to spend the rest of my life with him. If that makes sense. Yes. I am working on getting into the industry. I've been working on getting into the industry since 2023. Yes, he is. To me, he's the most handsome man in the universe. The song, I only have eyes for you. Freaky. It's true. He's the only one. The reason he's so handsome, though, is because then here. He has a huge heart of gold and the most beautiful soul of anyone I've ever met. It's actually the first thing I saw first time I ever laid eyes on him, was his heart and his soul. That's why I fell in love with him. Didn't even know his name. The only person that's ever been physically affectionate with me that didn't make my skin crawl. It's him. The only time I've ever felt like I was home or right where I was meant to be is when I've been with him. And I miss him terribly. I would give anything for him to show up at my door. Spend a little time with me so we could talk. Or whatever, you know? Because I know that if we were able to be alone and have an actual conversation, not with a bunch of people around, it'd be a lot different. It'd be more comfortable. I wouldn't be so damn nervous. You know what I mean? Several of his fans hate me because of how I feel about him. And I say several, so many. So many. Oh, there's ones that think they're married to him and they've never even met him in person. There's so many goddamn fucking scammers pretending to be him, you know? I've talked to several of these women that deal with romantic scammers. I tell them it's not him. He's not gonna reach out to you unless it's his verified accounts. He only has his verified accounts, and they don't listen. You know, so I've been told stay away from my husband, stay away from my man. It's like, you know. I think I probably deal with more of that shit than anyone. But I deal with it and I'll continue to deal with it. I mean, they've tried scaring me away and everything else, just, you know, trying to scare me into not going to Wakes and Wishes and shit. That's how bad it's been. Someone even made a fake account trying to make it appear that I was stalking him and all this shit. And that was last year. No, it was last year, I believe. It's been insane. But I deal with it because I love him. You know. It's not his fault. I would never blame him. I do, you do what you gotta do. And I gotta deal with the bullshit. I gotta deal with the bullshit there, you know. It is what it is. Him and his mom have the best advice, I'll tell you what. They're the ones that said you can't control what people say, think, or do. You can't control the internet. Don't let it bother you. So I do my best not to. I'm ready for my happily ever after. Maybe someday I'll get it. But no matter what, I'm going to keep living life. You know. Like I said, as long as he's happy with whoever he ends up with, that's all that matters to me. Yes, I've met him. Let me see here. First time I met him in person was Wigs and Wishes 2022. Shit. And then April 2023. November 2023. And Wigs and Wishes 2024. Wait, there's more. I have a video of Wigs and Wishes 2022. After the event was over and it was like the after party type of shit. Right? So they kept saying he had to go. Had to go. Well, an hour and a half later. No joke, it was about an hour and a half later. He was still there. Let's see if I can find it. Lord have mercy. Okay, there it is. That's him with some of the fans. I don't know who took the video. I didn't ask for the video to be taken. I just got it a few days later. That's me. That was the first night we met in person. Then Wakes and Wishes 2023 at the fireworks. I was out on the balcony and I DM'd him. The fireworks are beautiful. It was over in the corner, kind of by the balcony, up against the balcony, watching the fireworks. Everybody was out there, and I don't know. Something told me to look over, and I looked. Sure shit, he was standing right there, looking like this, right next to me. I said, "Well, fancy meeting you here." He looked at me and he laughed. It's like, yeah, I'm just trying to get pictures of the fireworks. I'm like, oh, okay. We smiled at each other. He put his hand on my arm. And then somebody came before we could say anything else. Somebody came over and said he had to go do photos or something. And he said, right now? And she said, yeah. So, you know. And then Wings and Wishes last year. I was going to go to the disco, but I wanted to go change my shoes first because my feet were killing me. And I had already started getting blisters. And I DM'd him. I said, I'm going to the disco. Hope to see you there. I said, I'm going to the disco. Hope to see you there. Gotta go change my shoes first. My feet are killing me. And for the life of me, I could not find the goddamn car. Couldn't find the rental car. Took me forever. And by the time I got down there, he had already been there and gone. Are you talking about in the video? Well, see, the problem is I'm not good at knowing when I'm being flirted with or anything like that. It goes right over my head. So I had every intention on telling him at Wigs and Wishes in 2022 how I felt about him, and the reason I didn't is because I kept hearing her voice in my head saying, "Why would you do that? Why would you embarrass yourself like that? He would never be with something like you. Not someone like you, something like you." That's what she said to me. So I didn't tell him. I've waited for that man for 4.5 years. While dealing with a lot of shit the whole time. A lot of it has to do with the fact of how I feel about it. And I will deal with all the bullshit I have to because I love him. I don't care what anybody would ever say. Because the only person, to be quite honest, the only person I truly trust is him. And that's saying something because I don't trust anybody. But I trust him. I trust his family. And he will never lose me. And I believe everything happens the way it's meant to, and everything happens for a reason. And if he and I are meant to be together, eventually we will be together. And nobody is ever going to be able to stop that from happening. There's tight, everything happens when it's meant to happen. So, hopefully, sometime soon, he's a very, very busy man. He's an entertainer. There's that. He's an entertainer who's extremely busy and barely gets to sleep. The man has made a music video with a sprained ankle and a fever. Okay, he's a very busy man. Schedule. And that. I mean, other than that, I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I'll tell you what, if he ever shows up and tells me, "Hey, I want to be with you. Come move with me to Florida," I'd do it in a heartbeat. Or if he wanted me to stay living here, I would do that. You know. Would. No matter what, I'm going to wait for him. Because that's what you do when you love someone. When you're truly in love with someone, you wait for that person. No matter how long it takes. And you won't be with anybody else because your heart won't allow it. My oldest daughter, she talked me into letting her set me up on a dating site. And this was in February or March of 2022. She's like, Mama, he's never going to be with you. I just want you to be happy. Let me do that. Yeah, fine, whatever. Before ever meeting him in person. I was fine with it. Then I had my first match and I freaked the fuck out. Bawled my eyes out, made her deactivate the damn thing. Because I felt like I cheated on him. So, literally, I cannot be with anybody unless it's him. And I'm okay with that. Because I love him. If people think I'm crazy because of it, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Because, quite frankly, the only person whose opinion matters to me is his. He's the only one that matters to me. Here's the thing. As long as he's happy, that's all that matters to me. No matter who he ends up with. But however, if they were to ever hurt him, I will rock that orange motherfucking jumpsuit. I don't play when it comes to him. I'm very protective of him and his family. I don't play when it comes to him or his family. Especially when it comes to him. So hopefully at some point he will tell me how he feels. Till then, I keep living my life. You know? And if anybody thinks I'm crazy because of what I've said tonight, I don't give a shit. You say all the bullshit you want. That's not going to change a motherfucking thing. You know what I mean? Because I believe when you truly love someone, you tell them and you express it. And fuck what people think. You know? Jesus Christ. Fuck what people think. So when you love someone, it shouldn't matter what others think. Pour your heart out to that person. Tell the whole world how you feel about them. Who the fuck cares what others think? Because when you truly love someone, all that matters is that person. And letting them know how you feel. I don't understand the fucking shit nowadays where if you like someone and feel a certain way about someone, you're supposed to pretend you don't. What the fuck point is that? Hide how you fucking feel. Life's too fucking short for that shit. And yeah, you might get rejected. That's life. Excuse me. But you also can't give up on love because you've been hurt so many times, because that's not living. Life is all about taking chances in that, and if you love someone, you risk it. You gotta be, risk your heart being broken because you know the only thing that's gonna make you happy is if you and that person were got to be together. There's no guarantees in life. With anything. And you can't live in fear because that's not living. You live life to the fullest. And that means telling the person that you're in love with, telling them how you feel. No matter what the outcome is. Because if you don't, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. And you can't live with regrets. So, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks or has to say when it comes to me saying how I feel about Frankie. The only one that matters to me is him. And I will tell him every day that I love him. That I'm in love with him. And I don't give a fuck what anybody else has to say about it. I don't. It's probably why there's been so many lies told about me. To make me look like I was stalking him and everything. They've been trying to get him to change his mind about me this whole time. That's part of it. It's not necessarily because they don't want him being with me because they want to be with him. It has to do with the fact that they don't want me to be happy. Certain people don't want me to be with him because they want him or whatever. But a lot of it is because certain other people don't want me to be with him because they don't want me to be happy. They want everybody to turn against me and think horrific things about me and that. That's fairly obvious for those of you who haven't been paying attention. I don't think they figured out yet that nothing they say or do is going to change his mind about me. Because if it was going to work, it would have worked a long time ago. But see, he knows me. There's a difference. I would love to be with him. In a heartbeat. If he showed up and said, hey, let's get married, let's go. If he didn't want to ever get married, that's fine. I would love it if he could be the first thing I see in the morning when I wake up, the last thing I see at night before I go to sleep is his face. I'm always gonna love him, no matter what. But if he had a girlfriend, it would be okay. As long as he's happy. That's all that matters to me. That he's happy. It's kind of life. If he doesn't feel the same way about me, he could tell me it's no big deal. If he has a girlfriend, I get it. It's part of life. Would I be heartbroken? Yeah. But I would get over it. You know? They say whatever's meant to happen will happen. If he and I are not meant to be together, then it's not going to happen. It just, everything happens the way it's meant to happen. Because even if he had a girlfriend, if he has a girlfriend, he tells me that, here's the thing, as long as he's happy, and I will always be protective of him and his family, and that means I would be protective of her too, and I would defend the relationship. I'll be happy, you know? No matter what. Like I said. One way or the other, I'm hoping he tells me. See, I'm the type that no matter what, I'm gonna support him no matter what. I want him to be a household name, no matter what. Will I have to refigure my brain and everything to change up my feelings and everything? Kind of shut that part of it off to where, it's hard to explain. Um, but everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Either way, he's gonna have to somehow tell me. Like, come talk to me, tell me. Put it in words. You know what I mean? Person. I'm a different type of bitch. I am. I'm alright. A lot's been going on. A lot that has nothing to even do with Frankie. So I'm dealing with that too. You can kind of say I'm a bit of an identity crisis, so to speak. And no matter what, I'll be okay. I'm always okay. You know? Because here's the thing. Am I in love with him? Yes. But if he were to have a girlfriend, that's where it ends for me. Like, when I say that's where it ends for me, that's where I take a step back. Because I'm not going to I'm not going to go after somebody else's man. That's not me. I'm not that way. So, I hope that explains things. I'm not a woman that goes after another woman's man, no matter who he is, no matter how I feel about him. I don't know. Somebody asked if he had a girlfriend, would I still love him? The answer is yes. I'm always gonna love him. But if he has a girlfriend, kind of needs to tell me, because I'm not gonna keep trying. I'm not gonna keep expressing my feelings for him. You know. Because I don't go after other. I'm not a man thief. I don't steal other women's men. I don't do that. As soon as I find out if he has a girlfriend and I find out, it's like, okay, we can be friends. Let's be friends. We'll stay friends. I DM him. He's left me unread before, like when I said, if you don't feel the same way about me, just tell me. He never has. He left me unread. He knows exactly how I feel about him. I talk to him when I see him in person. At events. I mean, but also, I have been considering moving to another country. I know that sounds drastic, but I don't want to be here. I definitely don't want to be in New York. So, like, you know, I've seen him with many females. He is an entertainer. And he has a lot of female friends that are actually friends. But no matter what, I'm still gonna love him. But like I said, if it turns out he does have a girlfriend, that's where I'm like, okay, let's stay friends. You know, I I have a way of not retraining, but changing the way I need to. If that makes sense at all. It's not coming out right, I don't think. As long as he's happy, I'm happy. No matter who he ends up with. Would I love it to be me? Yes. Obviously. But if it's not, then it's not. It's part of life. So, either way, hopefully he'll tell me sometime soon. If he has a girlfriend and he wants to keep it hush hush, but he, at least tell me, I'll keep it hush hush. Shit. At least that way I change how I feel, I guess, so to speak. But, if he doesn't tell me anything, I'm gonna move to another country anyway. So if you're wondering why I haven't taken off to another country or some shit, it has a lot to do with him. That's why I'm hoping he'll finally tell me something at some point, It's not really putting my life on hold. Besides, my lease isn't up till March of next year anyway. And no matter what, I'm never going to be with anybody unless it be him. So, anywho. What's this? What genre do I think this should be? Yeah. Yep. So I gotta. But I'm planning on trying to find a place before that and somewhere. Uh, let's just say it's enough. Because of things that have happened, things I've had to deal with here. Let's put it this way: having your landlord live above you is not the greatest setup. So, I've been here for over a year. And let me backtrack a bit. So, if I left that house in the end of January of 2023, went to Texas for about a week, then went to Florida because, one of his fans said, come to Florida, you can stay with me. No problem, we'll get you on your feet, blah, blah, blah. And then on February 8th, she kicked me out, and I don't know if that had something to do with the live that he did or not. But I think it did. Because he made a big deal out of the boxers I got him. They look good on him, though. I ain't gonna lie. Looks good in everything. Especially the suit. Anyways. So, she kicked me out on February 8th of 2023. I was there for about a week, if that, about a week or so. Fake as fuck. That bitch is fake as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. The majority of the fans are fake around him. I think I'm pretty sure he knows. But, and then her friend he calls his camera used to. She conned me out of about $200 or $300 when I was living in my car. That was fun. So there's that. Like I said, many want to be fake friends to get close to him, and I don't do that anymore. But so I was in my car, and I ended up going to West Palm Beach, and I lived in my car for 9 months, and went to the events and everything, even being homeless. Went to the gym 3 times a day. Lived a much healthier lifestyle than I do right now. Got in, my first test shoot. That's when I kind of got into the whole entertainment thing, which I'm still working on. I'm not getting that up, no matter what. But no, I'm alone. I don't even know who my real family is at this point. Long story. But so I was in my car for 9 months, and then when I went to Wigs and Wishes in October of 2023, afterwards, someone close to him we had talked a lot, and she's like, I would love it if you moved to Staten Island. Shit, why not? So I did. And so I stayed in my car for the first week I was here, and this was the end of October, beginning of November. I stayed in the car for about 2 weeks, I think. I did get kind of stuck in New Jersey for a brief bit, and I'll tell you what, sleeping in your car in the winter is not fun, especially when it's cold. Florida would have had no problem, but here, yeah, that's different. So, I decided to go to the drop-in center because I was told about it. Like, before I came here, I had never fucking been here in Dayton. I never even visited, nothing. Never been here before. So, I was told about the drop-in center, and I parked, and I told one person where I was parked, and I said when I got paid at the end of November, I was going to get my brakes fixed because they were going out. Sorry that there was a cat. Anyways, my brakes were going out and about kaputs. Actually, basically weren't kaputs. So driving around with no brakes too. So I told one person where I was parked. And 30 minutes after I parked my car, someone had called to have my car towed. So, because I told them exactly where I was and everything. Yeah. So I was at the drop-in center for about 4 months until I moved in here. So from like the second week of November of 2023 to March of 2024, I was in the drop-in center. I stayed at the church a couple nights. The first couple nights I was there, and then I was like, no, I don't want to get comfortable. So then I would start staying at the drop-in center every night, sitting straight up, watching several ODs happen at least twice a week. Being touched inappropriately, the staff doing nothing about it. But there were people in there that were good people, and I was respected and liked by the majority of the people in there, staff and residents alike. One of the security guards, and he watches my live, found out. He would say, "My Heather," and I was like, "My Casey." We'd laugh. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm still respected and liked by them. I found my realtor on my own. I did everything I had to do to get in my home. And I am very proud of myself for how far I've come. But because of certain events that have happened here, since living here, I'm ready to bounce. It has nothing to do with what goes on here with the psychos. It has to do with literally things that have gone on here. So, according to my lease, I just have, it says, I gotta give her like 3 months notice or something. I've already talked to my old realtor, and she's looking for she doesn't have anything right now, but she's looking. But I'm hoping to find somewhere soon. But because I have the CFEMS voucher, the only places I can move with it is here in New York. Well, she's put a lot of stipulations in the lease. Trust and believe. There's reasons. I want to move so badly. Like I said, having your landlord live right above you is not the best setup. I have to ask permission to have a guest overnight. And the only person I've ever let stay overnight or even come to my house is Maddie. And I remember that was like, let's put it this way. After she found out he had stayed here because of the cameras and her husband, may he rest in peace. Anyways, he used to text me all the time very inappropriate things. Told me I hold a lot of beauty in my robe. That kind of stuff. Shit. He passed away the Sunday after New Year's. But she had me sign the new lease the day before, like the 30th, I think, of December. Even though it wasn't up till March. Yeah. She put in there, she hasn't done it, but she put in there that she was, that she was going to be doing an inspection once a month. And they told me that I couldn't have my light on or the windows open in the living room at night because people from the street see it and then they look in and get nosy, and it's insane. That's one of the reasons my living area is in my dining room, so I can have my light on at night. Like, when I say it's insane, it's insane. I had to schedule, and the gas company had to come out, like every 20 years they have to do have to check the pipes, the gas pipes and everything. So I had to schedule a whole thing for them to come out. The guy comes out, he comes in a National Grid van, is wearing the National Grid outfit, everything, right? He had to go in the basement to check the pipes down there and the meters. And I let him down there. She calls me. Who's in the basement? National Grid? Evidently she didn't know. She never got a letter about it, and then she's yelling at me like I'm a child. Yeah. But when she found out Maddie had stayed here, for a couple nights, she decided she wanted to do an inspection and said that I had been in breach of our contract and that if it were to happen again, it, basically saying that I was in breach of contract and that we could make, that would make the lease null and void and all this shit. So I've had to deal with a lot living here. And I've put up with it. And I grin and bear it. This was last year. About the National Grid guy, that was just a couple weeks ago. I'm not allowed to use the back deck. I'm not allowed to. It's in the lease. I have the back deck. I'm not allowed to use it. I'm not allowed to go out there unless it's to move things in and out of the apartment. Not allowed to have a fur baby. Not allowed to have a guest overnight without permission. If I were to have a gathering, I have to let her know a month in advance. It's insane. It basically, yes. She talked to me like I was a child. And I'm sure I can give you the exact date too, because of the text messages. And then she wants it. When I was on the phone, when she was on the phone, she wanted to talk to the guy, so I let her talk to him on speakerphone. Why do you have to dig a hole in the yard and this, that, and the other? So then she wanted a work slip or whatever, proving that he was there was here for that. And so he didn't give me. He said he was going to, but he never gave me one. So then I was on the phone for over an hour on hold, trying to get a hold of someone to have the guy come back to give me a goddamn work paper, whatever. So, on the phone, over an hour, trying to get a work slip to prove that he was with National Grid and everything. It's insane. And then, after she got home, she calls me and says, did he give you one? I was like, no, I'm on hold, and she's freaking out. And so, I called on my other phones. I have two phones. One with service, one that has the text now number. Called on my text now number. It's National Grid again. Finally got somebody on the phone. Took the phone up to her. It was on speakerphone. She is talking to them, confirming everything. It was insane. The whole thing's fucking insane. I'm not even kidding. And the work that's been done on the apartment has been half-assed. I don't know how the fuck it passed for me to move in here. The faucet. Think about how long the tub was clogged for. I was manually having to drain the damn tub after I would take a shower or do my laundry or whatever. And then the faucet, which they finally fixed. which I told, like, I wouldn't, I don't even know how long. And then, now the faucet part, when I take a shower, I have to, I'm ready to bounce. I'm ready to fucking bounce. Like, to be quite honest, the only time I am at ease or whatever is when she's not here. Because I feel like it's hard to explain, but it's like when she's here, I feel like if I have my light on or whatever, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna be scolded like a child. If I make too much noise, I'm gonna be scolded like a child. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. But I deal with it because I have to. Because I don't have a choice right now. So I deal with it. So that's why I called my realtor that found me this place, and I told her what had been going on finally. So she's in the process of trying to find a place for me to move to. She doesn't have anything right now. So I deal with what I gotta deal with. I don't have a choice. There's cameras all around the house. On the outside, not just the outside. But there's cameras in the hall, which is her and me here. There's cameras obviously in the basement. As far as I know, there could be cameras in here. So, that's the truth of the matter. Oh, and we're dealing with the other shit too. Hope so too. Because I'm seriously ready to fucking bounce. No, I don't. I've kind of worked my way on cutting ties with people that I used to hang with. Basically, people from the center. You know. I keep to myself a lot. And the people that I do trust, good people, um, really good people, they don't know. They don't know because like a lot of them didn't even know I was homeless. Let's put it that way. I just grin and bear it and wear a mask and pretend I'm okay. Pretend everything's okay. That's what I gotta do. Then when I ask for help, I know better. And I've been told it's okay to ask for help. Everybody needs help sometimes. Yeah, well, I'm the one who's being called a scammer constantly. Which I don't give a shit anymore, but if you know anything about CPTSD, you'll understand. If my realtor found something soon, or if I found something soon, or if, like, what do you mean, if just my realtor would find something soon? Or if something happened where I found another place? If it came to it, and, as soon as something, yes, I would bounce in a heartbeat. Um, I don't think I would have a charge because I still have all the text messages her husband had sent me. So I don't think that would look too good in court. Or if I knew. Let's put it this way, he liked me a lot more than he should have. And the fact that I'm pretty sure there's a camera in the living room. He said I held a lot of beauty in my robe. Um, just a lot of inappropriate things. Yeah. He just said a lot of inappropriate things. But I figured there was probably a camera because they went away for a week or whatever. And I was in my living room, I had the windows open. And the blinds up about this much. And he not only texted me, but called me. Telling me that I needed to close my blinds and when I needed to close the windows and blinds, turn the lights off. So I was wondering, because there are cameras outside, but how did he know my windows were open? So I tested a theory. I opened 2 of the windows, but left the one in the blinds about this high up. And I left the one next to when I had my couch out there. I left the one next to the couch closed. No call, no text, no nothing. And so I left it like that. Well, then the day they got back, everything was fine. But late that night, I was on my live on Insta. And all of a sudden I hear, and I had my window open. I had my 2 windows open. Yay much. Had my light on. I heard noises upstairs. Something told me to turn the light off. I jumped up, went across the room, flipped the light switch off, and stood completely still. Not move a muscle. And her husband, I heard him coming down the stairs, running down the stairs, comes out, and this was like 2:30 in the morning, goes out on the front porch in front of my windows, looking at the windows, cussing. 2:30 in the morning in front of my windows, my living room windows. All because the windows were open with the blinds up. That much. That's how he reacted. Yeah. So, there's that. It's just been one thing after another. You say that. He's not a problem anymore, though. They said he passed away. But I thought, as bad as it sounds, I thought things would get easier. No. I'm just not getting hit on or anything like that now. So yeah. But to answer your question, you asked if my realtor found me a place, or you mean if I find a place or if my realtor does or whatever. If a place comes up for me to move out, in a fucking heartbeat. A fucking heartbeat. I don't even have that much to move, shit. Like, literally, I have a TV, a coffee table, this nightstand, my small couch here, my big couch in the living room, my bed, one glass, some silverware, like basic shit. I don't have much. And then my exercise equipment there, which is my vibration plate, my ab machine. Oh, excuse me. I don't even have that many dishes or... Jesus Christ, excuse me. Like, literally, I have a mic... I don't have that much. When I moved in here, I came in here with nothing. My footstool I made myself out of boxes. Oh, and I have a portable washer and dryer. The washer, I have to put it in the tub because now it floods the bathroom floor when I use it. If I don't. So, yeah. I do know where there's an apartment available, but I don't know if I want to live next door to the drop-in center. Like, I'm not even kidding. They were building this apartment, skyrise, whatever you call it here, right next to the drop-in center, when I got here. It's finished now. There's people living in there and everything. People I know from the drop-in center. But yeah, they have apartments there available, my understanding. Like I said, I just don't think I want to live next to the drop-in center. That's not a very good neighborhood. Hell, this isn't a very good neighborhood either. From my understanding. Somebody told me to stay out of Port Charles. And I'm like, or Port Richmond. What, Port Charles, what the fuck? Not on General Hospital shit. Port Richmond. It's like, I can't do that. I live in Port Richmond. It's not the safest place. Let's put it that way. I hope I get I hope something comes up to where I can't move soon. You know. So, that answer your question? I know that was a long way around of explaining it. Don't mind me, I did some broccoli before I came on here. That's what I do. One fucking thing I do shit. And then add on to the fact that my address has been doxed hundreds of times on my own live. If that helps it, explain a little bit further into more reason of why I want to move. Because everybody and their dog knows where I live. And we can add on to that about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I got home around 10:30, 11 o'clock. And I got done with what I was going to do. When I got done, changed on my night clothes, and I turned off the kitchen light, and I came over here, and I heard noises. I turned around and looked out the window at the hall. And I saw a dark figure walk past my window. Talked to the neighbor, and he told me that the only person that would be on the side of the house would have been him, but it definitely wasn't him. He's not on the side of the house at that late at night. So, and there's no rhyme or reason for anyone to be on the side of the house, because the back of the house, it's the 2 yards, and they're both fenced in and locked up and everything else. So there's no rhyme or reason for anybody to be on the side of the house. For all I know, it's good. Somehow my ex ended up here, and I don't fucking know at this point. Does that explain more, hopefully? So, the person that doxed my address was none other than Heather Enderton, the real Heather. My address, my phone number. Yeah. It's just been terrific. So, hell, I've had to call the cops and tell them what's been going on to get them to stop coming to my house when they would get phone calls from her for BS. This I've been dealing with a little bit. I withdrew from school for many reasons, not just because of her. You know. So, another thing is, I most want a fixed income. So, here's the reason I have a CFIPS voucher. But yeah. There's a lot I've been dealing with, and I will talk about everything on here. Trust and believe. I wear a mask a lot. And if I did talk about everything that was going on, well, hell, they already called me enough shit. I've learned no matter what you do, no matter what I do, shit's gonna continue anyway. See, no matter what, people are gonna say whatever the fuck they're gonna say. You know? Maybe somebody can help me understand it. Maybe not. I know I'm probably rambling. So, how's everybody else been? No, she won't let me. I'm not allowed to have pets here. I can't have a pet here, no matter what. So, I have a makeup testing I gotta go do. Too bad I don't get paid cash or anything. I get a gift card for it. By the way, if anybody's interested in a $100 gift card for the makeup line IL McCord, probably don't even know if I said that right. Let me know. I'm selling them for $50. I have 4 of them currently. 3 or 4. I'm getting another one tomorrow, and then another one Thursday, and another one Friday. Why, you might ask? Because that's what I get when I do makeup testing. Get a $100 gift card every time. I've already replaced all my makeup with their makeup. A lot of times I get a free full-size makeup item as well. So, it's great makeup though. But I got an exclusive invite for this for the next 3 days. Not bad. Like I said, everything happens for a reason, everything happens the way it's meant to. So, I'm sorry you don't want to go to work. Trust me, I know the feeling. I worked almost all my life. Because people say, even earlier today, why are you, what was it it was Bella. Why are you, something about Social Security, SSI, why, You know how the trolls are with people that are on disability and that. Why are you taking advantage of us? It's not whatever it is. I'm not. Trust and believe I would rather work. And I do what I can to work. You know, when I can. I've tried finding a job here. It's like pulling teeth. The first time in my life I've ever had problems finding a job. Yeah. Well, obviously you know that I didn't. Mine wasn't on the books. Unfortunately. I'd get a lot more if I was. But you know, I don't think they consider being trafficked a job. Or slave labor. Or taking care of an infant as a child. Or any of that. Yeah. There's retirement. There's Social Security. Then there's SSI. Then there's SSDI. You can work on regular Social Security. You can't work on certain jobs on SSDI and SSI. Only a certain amount of hours a month. Or you can only make a certain amount of only a certain amount of hours a month or a certain amount. I can't remember which. But check this out. They have been deducting money out of my SSI check since 2011. And the final time they're deducting anything out of my SSI check is next month. Finally, it'll all be paid off. But yes. So, and that includes even if you go to the casino and you win at the casino, you win a certain amount at the casino, and you know how they will, the casino, they will come bring you what you win, and then you'll have to sign a W-2 or whatever for it. Yeah. I won big a few times at the casino. It can be, but it'll be alright. You'll get through it. By the way, Bliss, what's your real name? Carrie? Okay. Why are you on it's interesting because you're on a fake account. That's what's interesting. Why would you count it on a backup account? Why not just use your regular account? I'm intrigued. I think we all are at this point. Well, on here, you don't even have a profile picture. Oh, Lord have mercy. Ouch. Oh, ow. My hip. So where are you from, Carrie? Hmm. Villa Park. I don't know about that. New York. Staten Island. I know I mentioned that. Didn't I mention that? I know I did. So what do you do, Carrie? What do you like to do for fun? I like getting to know all the people that are in my life. What do you like doing for fun? Hmm. Cool. I love cooking. I've been slacking off on out, I'm not gonna lie. Um, I don't know, lately I just haven't had the oomph. Know what I mean? I am. I'm a very good baker. I actually have come up with my own recipes at certain times for different things. I have my own recipe for fried chicken. Lord have mercy. You know, plants don't really have anything to do with baking. Lord have mercy. You've heard me say I'm a gardener, right? What kind of gardening do you think I do? I don't garden. Well, I garden, but I don't garden. Don't really have any place to garden. I know that's a bit confusing even for me. At this point, I'm feeling good, let's put it that way. I smoke them. I'm not a joker, I'm not a smoker, but I'm a midnight toker. I'd be chilling, I think me and Cheech and Chong, Snoop Dogg, and Willie Nelson would get along great. I'll tell you what. Lord have mercy. No, why would you be in the hospital if you did it? You ever try indica? Indica, couch. Yeah, there's two different. That's because you're doing the other one. So how old are you, Carrie? 44? My legs are itching. Happens a lot. Well, happy early birthday. So, that's interesting. I'm being reported for regulated goods? That's interesting. Man alive. You know, it's pretty sad when you're sitting here, what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? I mean, why? It's mind boggling to report me over and over and over again for BS. Do you know how pathetic you look right now? Like, God, you were so miserable with your own goddamn existence. Get a fucking life. Let me make myself abundantly clear for the foolish motherfuckers that don't comprehend shit yet because, it takes a brain. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving social media. You're not going to chase me off of social media. The dumbest shit. Grow the fuck up. Get over it. Maybe instead of being so damn jealous of me, trying to ruin my reputation and everything, which is extremely pathetic at that, maybe focus on your own goddamn life and better yourself, and maybe people would actually fucking like you. So it's 3:17 in the morning right now. And I am going to end this because I am exhausted. I'm trying to stay awake. Sitting here. Trying being the key word. So, I hope you all have a great day, great evening, whatever time it is, where you're at, and I will see you later.